Welcome back to BYU Sports Nation. We are live in Studio B on a very busy Monday, but there's time for Jaslyn Gardner.
Always.
Frankly, I hate the phrase when they say, we caught up with so-and-so.
We couldn't catch up with you, Jaslyn.
We
would not.
We literally had to try and catch up with Jaslyn Gardner, who's breaking school records. Jaslyn, great to have you back in Studio B. How are you?
I'm good.
All right, so let's go on and recap what happened over the weekend. All you did was break the school record in the 100 meters and the 200 meters.
And did you own those records already? You owned one of them?
I had the 100, but I was only tied for third, I think, in the 200.
Only?
Yeah.
Okay, but now you own both of those records, but you do it at BYU at the Robinson Invitational on your home track. What did it mean to you to do it in Provo?
It meant a lot to me because it's my final year, and as a senior, I was like super determined to end on a good note. So yeah, it was really fun to do that.
Were you hoping to break the record? Like, was a good note just like win the race, or was it like, I want to set the record?
I think to set the record was more my mindset going into it, which would mean I would have to PR to do so. So yeah, I guess both kind of were hand in hand, and yeah.
What's that moment like when you see the numbers up there and you know what those are, right, to break it or not, and you're like, oh, I just did it. What was that like in both those races?
I looked at the board and was like, just felt like happy and like, oh, I did it, type of like excitement that I had. But
right here, you look over.
Yeah.
Boom, baby.
Did you know when you got off the blocks, like, okay, this is a really good start for me? Like, did you feel that in the moment?
Yes, in the 100 and 200, I felt like I had a really good start, and that's kind of what I've been focusing on going into the meet. I always kind of can rely on my top end speed to like help me run a little faster, but I always felt like setting it up with the start would help me run even faster. So I felt like in both my races, I actually had a really good start.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. You have 5 sprinting records, maybe more. Indoor 60, 100, 200, outdoor 100, 200. Which of the, do you have more? Are you in some relays that have
the 4x1 relay?
4x1 relay, okay, so there's 6. Which of those is your favorite?
I would say the 100 meters is my favorite.
Outdoor?
Yes.
That's the one. That's like the race of races.
Yeah.
Is there, like in the Olympics, is that your favorite event to watch, the 100?
Yes, I would say it's my favorite event to watch. So yeah.
Jaslyn Gardner is with us on BYU Sports Nation, fresh up breaking multiple school records in her final home meet. As you look back on your BYU career and your decision to come to BYU, what do you think about that decision now?
Looking back, I've just seen like a lot of growth, and I've been able to improve each year despite having injuries here and there. So I just really like look back and just see the progress I made and that how far I've come and the potential that I felt like I had coming in and ending on a good note. Just like looking back, I just can see the positives of it all. So. And
it's been a long road. 6 years, right?
Yeah.
Through COVID and everything. How have you seen kind of yourself grow as a person and an athlete over this time?
I came in like even more quiet than I am now, I would say. And
that's awesome.
So over the years, like I've gone up to be like one of the team captains and one of the leaders on the team, and that has helped me to like put energy into helping the team as well, and like focusing on helping others on the team and being a leader in that way. So I feel like I've grown in that way as well.
You see your name at the top of the list at BYU in 6 different events. So what's next? Like, what's the next thing you're aiming for as a BYU track and field star?
I really am looking forward to the Big 12 championships and regionals, and I just want to strive to try to make it to nationals and try to better those times this next like month or so. And so that's kind of what I'm looking forward to, and just trying to end on an even higher note. So
you know what I want to see? You know how on the NFL Network they can like overlay different 40-meter dashes.
Yes.
I want to see Jaslyn matched up with a bunch
against
of these.
Yours?
Yeah, mine for sure, to see how much slower I am than Jaslyn. Okay? Yeah. Okay, but then to see Jaslyn take on a bunch of these different football players that you're fast. I think that would be so fun.
I would love it. Well, you mentioned during the break we were talking about RG3 just raced like an
F1 car.
An F1 car. We need to get like someone's car versus Jaslyn Gardner on University Avenue. That would be really fun. You're another win for small schools and small towns. Enterprise, Utah, we've talked about it. What does it mean to come from Enterprise and kind of rep Enterprise and and be a great athlete that gives the town a little love there?
It kind of feels good. It's having like the support of like a small town and just like, you know, a lot of people and they know you and just like they all like always support me and always tell me how good I'm doing and like it's for the town and that, you know, all these things and just like coming from a small town, it like means a lot and like just being able to move up from where I was and like being able to navigate my career through like starting out in a small area up to like just like a bigger area. So
Is Whitney Orton from Panguitch?
I want to say she is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay.
There's like small town
There's
repping.
something to that at BYU.
Are there other athletes of your caliber from Enterprise ever? What I'm getting at is, are you the greatest athlete from Enterprise?
I guess it could be. I think we have some athletes who went to do like collegiate sports.
Yeah. That's awesome.
What do you see for your future as a runner post BYU?
What I see in my future, I think it'd be awesome to continue running, and if not, like I'm okay with that too. I'll just start like career-related stuff with personal training, coaching type of things. Is kind of what I want to get into, but I also think it'd be cool to continue to run if I could, and try to get faster and just kind of see where that can take me. And if not, I'm totally okay with not as well. So it's kind of just, we'll just see when time comes. And only time can tell like where that can lead me. So
the idea of coming back and training BYU sprinters is floating in there somewhere?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see though.
There was a cool moment on Senior Day because people have their family up there and they take a photo for Delita Shaw. Didn't have the family there, but her team, the family. You guys took that photo. What was that like to kind of have that moment with Delita?
I remember like the team discussing how we wanted to be there for her, and we kind of just decided like, oh, like when they do the senior recognition, we'll just have the team just be there to go up and take a picture with her. And so it kind of just shows like how much of a family we are as teammates as well. And just like, I think it was just a special moment as well.
It's hard being away from home.
Yeah.
But you have this team together. That's super cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, last question. What's your celebratory meal after a day like Saturday?
I do like to eat some like dessert, whether it's like ice cream or like a Pizookie or something.
Oh, yeah.
Ice cream.
Jaslyn,
and, like,
that's the most BYU answer of all time. I love it.
Pizooki's classic.
I love it. It's so delicious.
yeah,
I love
some
it.
type of dessert or
Yes.
just like a burger or something.
Let's go.
Sometimes so.
You
yeah.
burned all those calories off in 11 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Hey, don't worry about that.
What does excited Jaslyn Gardner look like?
I guess just like how I look right now. I feel like I just kind of smile.
You're very low key, right? Chill.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's
I love
great.
it.
Sincerely, congratulations.
Congrats.
Thank
So
you.
many
for everything
records.
you've accomplished.
Hey, Big 12 championships at Baylor.
Yeah.
Looking for big
Give
things.
us some
NCAA
BYU Sports
regionals,
Nation
Yeah.
karma for
NCAA
that.
championships. Yeah, absolutely.
The great Jaslyn Gardner. Thank you for your time.
You've been on like 3 or 4 times. We bring you on every time we break a record. That's awesome. Thanks for coming on.